Just pull your chair up close to your radio. Tune it up good and loud. Tune it up good and loud. Tune it up good and loud.
Good morning, Captain.
Like to check your licenses, boys.
Good morning to you.
Live all across Big Sky Country, it's the Montana Outdoor Radio Show. The Montana Outdoor Radio Show is brought to you statewide by Missoula Chevrolet, home of the official truck of the captain, Vibrant Hearing, Warrior Boats, Tire-Rama, Gretz RV and Marine, and by Placer Motors, your local Subaru dealer in Helena. And now, from the command center, here's the captain and his crew on the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
Oh, but first, let's take a look at your weather forecast for northeast Montana. It looks like this. Today, mostly cloudy, chance of showers and thunderstorms in the morning. And then we have maybe a little diminishing chance of that in the afternoon. Highs are going to be in the lower to mid-70s. Tonight, mostly cloudy, slight chance of rain showers in the evening. Then a increasing chance of showers and thunderstorms after midnight. Lows in the mid-40s to lower 50s. Sunday, rain showers likely, slight chance of thunderstorms in the morning, then rain showers and a diminishing chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon and evening. Highs in the mid-50s to lower 60s. Now remember, gang, you can always get the latest in outdoor news, detailed weather forecasts, and a link to this week's Montana Outdoor Podcast featuring Megan Bicking, Executive Director of the Montana State Parks Foundation. Now, when you watch this podcast, you'll learn about the State Parks Foundation and what it's done and continues to do for our state parks to make them some of the most fascinating places in the world. You're going to be very surprised by this one, folks, and it's all waiting for you right there at the go-to website, MontanaOutdoor.com.
And the first weekend of summer, yeah, right, Riggercast.
I think not.
Is brought to you by the Come On In. Back with the captain and the weekend review in 1 minute.
Escape the ordinary. Come On In Hotel and Suites in Missoula, Bozeman, and Billings features family-friendly lodging that offers a rustic atmosphere with resort amenities. Options include king or 2 queen bedrooms, roomy kitchenettes, or a relaxing jacuzzi suite. There's complimentary hot breakfast, guest laundry, a large pool, kiddie pool, 5 hot tubs, fitness center, and a beautiful indoor courtyard that features a rock waterfall. Escape the ordinary. The best value in lodging today is at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Missoula, Bozeman, and Billings. Make your reservations online at comeonin.com. That's CMONINN.com.
In Glasgow, be sure to shop D&G Sports and Western because they are Montana outdoor approved for hunting and fishing.
I'm so close to D&G, I could just about walk, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. I'm the captain from the Montana Outdoor Radio Show. I am broadcasting live and direct from the Fort Peck headquarters on a rainy Saturday morning. The crew, they're in the command center. They're covered. It's not an open-air command center. It's a covered command center.
We have a tarp
and
over
the director, Denny, is there. Good morning, Director.
Good morning, Captain.
We have Miguel Lee, who is manning the phones. Miguel Lee is doing a good job at that so far. Well, he hasn't had to do anything yet, except my phone call.
Kind of easy.
Yeah.
And we got Kokanee Quinn, who is going to be cooking up in the kitchen and handling a bunch of other good stuff. And then Downrigger Dale, who is first day of summer, and he comes out with a rigger cast that sounds like it's the first day of winter.
Hang on, I'm trying to tie the tarp down. Just a minute. Yeah, it's actually a little warmer over where you're at, Captain. It gets even colder. In fact, you'll hear as the show goes along, there are winter weather advisories in effect for parts of Montana.
Yeah. I think everybody's aware of that now. Every weatherman that's employed in the state of Montana has been harping about that for a couple of days. This is a doozy coming in this weekend. Moisture is needed, though. You know, moisture, whether we get it in snow or we get it in rain, we need to have moisture all over the state, and we're happy to get it. We should call this radio show, this particular radio show, the Tiber 2 Hour, because Tiber Reservoir has hit the national scene. It was Tiber Reservoir, Walleye Wayne and I fished that a lot. You know what Walleye Wayne used to say? He used to say, this is like the little Fort Peck, because it's got a couple arms. It's got the Bootlegger Arm and the Willow Creek Arm, and then it's got the main lake, but it's a smaller lake, obviously, a smaller reservoir than Fort Peck. He loved fishing Tiber Reservoir, and he would be amazed at the size of fish that were caught last weekend. Rigger, we should go over that right now because I think it deserves mentioning. It's unbelievable where the first place team, do you have that information handy, caught 143.15 pounds. Wayne Wilcox of Billings and Zeke Gordon of Bozeman.
I believe you have that information right there in front of you, don't you?
So you don't have the information in front of you.
I have it in about
So I will continue. Colby Tognetti of Lewistown and Kyle Vine of Vida caught 123 pounds. Now listen to these weights. 123 pounds, they got second place. Third place, Chris McFadden of Townsend and Brem Phipps of Jordan, a couple of really good anglers, caught a 111.9 pounds. And then it just drops off, but not very much.
Yeah.
Fourth place, Ty Hinderegger and Matt Fisher, who won the tournament, I believe, last year. No, they didn't win it last year. They won it 2 years in a row, but it wasn't last year. 78.72 pounds. And then Kevin Forbes and Coulter Forbes, 68.55 pounds. 38 teams competed, and I believe we have declared this to be the largest weight total of any two-day walleye tournament, not only in Montana, but in the world.
In the world,
everybody.
Yeah, if you go to MontanaOutdoor.com, you can see, the entire results there, the page there, so you can pull that up. But I would dare say that these results are unprecedented, Captain.
Right.
These are pretty amazing. And so then everyone's been trying to solve this mystery of what happened. Why are the fish so big all of a sudden?
Didn't you say last year, or somebody we talked to, last year wasn't the total like half that?
Something like
for
that.
weight?
No. Kokanee.
Yes.
By the way, Downrigger, I don't use words like unprecedented. It's more than two syllables.
Okay, well.
Kokanee, if you look at the article on MontanaOutdoor.com, where it says it was written by Angela Montana, the winners of the tournament, back in the early teens, 2013, 14, I don't have that in front of me right now, they caught 26 pounds,
Oh my
28
gosh.
pounds, something like that, to win the tournament.
Okay, I would say
Now
unprecedented.
we're gonna talk to Ruth Ann about it. Of course, she's at Tiber Marina. I bet she's received quite a few calls this week. I bet you. I wonder if they've got them all over the world that they've called them. Somebody in Germany or somebody over there in London calling her to find out how they can get over there and fish for those walleyes. I also have a text in, and he texted me back this morning, the mayor of Tiber. We proclaimed him the mayor. His name is Dennis Hansen. I want to get him on sometime during the show, if he'll go on, because he knows more about that lake than just about anybody. And Rigger, we're going to talk to them about Cisco. And you know a little bit more about Cisco than you did a day ago.
Yeah. The Tiber Reservoir has been stocked with Cisco, but this was back in 1997, and they put a little over 2 million of those fish in there over that year. Three different stockings in there, and of course we know Cisco as the double bacon cheeseburger of the fish world. So, but now if they were put in there that long ago, why all of a sudden now?
Right.
So we're going to try to solve that mystery by talking to the fisheries biologist for Tiber when she gets back available. So that probably won't be till next week, hopefully.
Okay, great. We have another person that's not a biologist because we can't get a hold of the biologist.
Right.
But Don Jameson told me that when they plant Cisco, if they take hold, they just do it one time, like 1 year.
Yeah, I believe that's what they did in Fort Peck was one time, and then it took off. They're kind of better known as the freshwater herring of the world of fisheries. But,
a lot of different names. Why don't we just call them Cisco?
Yeah, could call him that. Hey, we got to take a little break here and let Greg Lemon, who's throwing paper at me right now, telling me he has to get going. But just a minute, Greg. We'll be right with you.
Let's get the news from the field. We create our own news from the field, but we got FWP. They create some news, and Greg Lemon's got it here in the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
Morning, Captain. Believe it or not, water temperatures are really starting to climb around the state. Despite this shot of cold and wet weather we're experiencing, our rivers are already at midsummer levels for stream flow and nearing angling restriction temperature levels. With the forecast for a hot and dry summer, we might see angling restrictions on rivers that go into place sooner and last longer than in recent years. Most of our angling restrictions are hoot owl restrictions that allow for fishing only until 2 p.m., when water temperatures are the coolest. These hot and dry conditions will also mean fire restrictions come sooner and stay longer than in normal years. For all of FWP restrictions and closures, you can go online to fwp.mt.gov. I suggest checking out this page before heading into the outdoors this summer. In other news, with the 4th of July rapidly approaching, I want to remind folks that fireworks are always prohibited on FWP lands. This includes fishing access sites, wildlife management areas, and state parks. This closure protects our lands from accidental fires, and it preserves the experience most of our users seek when in the outdoors, some time away from regular life to enjoy nature. Lastly, FWP has made quite an effort this spring to collect feedback on mule deer management in advance of drafting a statewide mule deer management plan. We held workshops in each region and have solicited public comment online for the last few weeks. But if you haven't shared your thoughts with us, there's still time. You can go online to fwp.mt.gov, click on the tile at the top of the homepage. Well, that's it for this week. Thanks, Captain.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, ooh, pump it up, pump it up.
Ready for a cold one? Stop by your local Town Pump. They've got Coors and Miller 16-ounce 12-pack cans, only $12.49. Pump It Up members save an additional $5 when you buy two, only $9.99. Town Pump, convenient and right down the road.
Town Pump, right down the road. Pump it up, oh yeah.
First Security Bank wants you to know when it comes time to buy a car, pickup, boat, snowmobile, or ATV, just see the folks at First Security Bank. Multiple locations in the Missoula and Bitterroot Valleys. You won't have to camp out to get service at First Security Bank. Member FDIC. Alrighty, straight ahead on the Montana Outdoor Radio Show, it is Placer Motors statewide trivia with Downrigger Dale. What might the topic be this hour, Downrigger?
Topic of this hour's question is, wait now, what's that called again?
We shall see if we can make you a winner right after this.
Attention anglers, when it comes to fishing, only one name stands above the rest: Warrior Boats. Built by fishermen for fishermen, Warrior Boats deliver unmatched stability, performance, and reliability in any waters. From tournament days to quiet mornings, Warrior Boats are designed to help you conquer the water with ease. Built tough and built right. Built for warriors like you. Find your ultimate fishing machine today at warriorboatsinc.com. Warrior Boats. Go farther, fish longer, and own the Montana waters. If you love getting out of Montana's lakes and rivers, you know how special our waters are. But pests like zebra mussels and Eurasian water milfoil can harm fishing and boating opportunities.
You can help protect Montana's waters.
Please clean all mud, plants, and debris off your boat, recreational equipment, and fishing gear before you leave the access site. Drain water from motors, live wells, and bilges. Allow your boat and recreational equipment time to dry before the next outing.
And no matter what type of watercraft you use, stop at all roadside inspection stations.
Together we can protect Montana's waters.
Learn more at fwp.mt.gov/AIS.
You can't beat camping and fishing in Montana as you sit by a campfire after a great day of fishing. Know what to fish bite on and get the gear for camping that works for you from a Montana outdoor-approved sporting goods store. They always give you the best product, service, and advice. In Livingston, shop Yellowstone Sporting Goods. In Glasgow, shop D&G Sports and Western. In Butte, shop Three Bears, Alaska. They all have local knowledge and are Montana outdoor approved for hunting and fishing.
Brett's RV and Marine's been bringing family and lifestyle together since 1967. Brett's was family-owned then and still is today. The Brett's mission is simple. Help families go camping and boating, enjoy the outdoor lifestyle, and get them back out quickly when something unexpected happens. Today, Brett's carries over 75 RV and boat brands and offers them all at volume discount pricing. New travel trailers start at just $14,995. Montana, Brett's has you covered with locations in Missoula, Butte, and Billings. Or you can shop online at brettsrv.com or call 833-BRETTS-RV. Your next great outdoor adventure starts at Brett's RV and Marine.
Here's more of the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
Suspense that will clutch you like quicksand, pulling you down into bottomless depths of suffocating horror.
Once again, here's the captain and his crew.
This is Eric Anderson, the owner of Placer Motors in Helena. Come in and see us today and find out why there's a Subaru, and then there's a Subaru that's been purchased at Placer Motors.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for being there. 6:23 Trivia Time with Downrigger Dale, brought to you by Placer Motors. Let's see if we can make you a winner in 1 minute.
If you're driven by an adventurous heart, you're in luck. The 2025 Subaru Outback shares your spirit. It'll help you take as far as you want to explore with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and up to 32 miles per gallon, plus up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance. The 2025 Subaru Outback. Go where love takes you. Manufacturer estimated highway fuel economy on 2025 Subaru Outback non-turbo models. Actual mileage may vary. From our lot to your driveway, come see how Placer Subaru in Helena is transforming the car buying experience. Test drive a 2025 Subaru Outback today.
All right, our winner will be receiving a first aid kit from Joe Moline in Lewistown. We have a Tire-Rama pen, a Captain's Choice Max Lure from Linda at Far Country Press in Helena. The book Glacier Day Hikes, beautiful photos, maps, articles in there. A koozie from the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation from Steve Harada, a Steve's Bail Bonds and Wolf Point Utility key ring. It features a bottle opener, a tape measure, and a flashlight. Gosh, how might that come in handy, Downrigger?
Well, those could be your tools to salvation since you chose such a inauspicious lifestyle.
And that right so. And from Kathy Goodman at Silver Threads Outerwear. It was beautiful. Kathy Goodman at silverthreadsouterwear.com in Great Falls. A Hook'em fishing ball cap, black ball cap with a leather patch in the shape of Montana with a fishing hook and 406 on it. Number to call if you know the answer and you haven't won nothing in the past 6 months is 406-721-1290. If you've won any prize in the past 6 months, please let other listeners have a chance to play and win with Downrigger Dale.
Well, thank you so much, Director. Now, since obviously Tiber has been in a bit of the news lately, I thought we would focus on that reservoir. But wait a minute. That's really not the name of that reservoir at all. What is the actual name of Tiber Reservoir? Is it A, Lake Elwell, B, Tiberius Reservoir, or C, Marias Reservoir? Your question again is, We found out that the actual name of the reservoir is not Tiber Reservoir. What is that official name? Is it A, Lake Elwell, B, Tiberius Reservoir, or is it C, Marias Reservoir?
406-721-1290 if you ain't won nothing in the past 6 months. While we wait for the winner, let's check in with the Stonefly Fly Shop in Butte and Bart at Capital Sports in Helena.
Hey, happy Saturday, everybody. It's Chris from the Stonefly, Butte, Montana. Just a quick update for you guys. First, down to the Big Hole River, kind of the very tail end of salmon fly stuff. Still a few of those big bugs around. Plenty of golden stones around, though. Yellow sallies. There's some pale morning duns and a bunch of caddis as well. River's dropping pretty quick. It looks like weather forecast this weekend is a little on the nasty side, so I'd be thinking about throwing some streamers around. But in general, chubby Chernobyls with a little jig head dropper behind it have been picking up a lot of fish for most of the day. Some of those smaller dry flies like purple haze and missing link caddis in the afternoon hours have been very good. And then back to that bigger stuff as the day ends. Beaverhead, you got zebra midget scuds, the start of the PMDs, been fishing pretty well, a lot of water down there, so add a lot of weight to those nymph rigs. And Upper Clark Fork, same kind of thing, mostly nymphing with scud and midget patterns has been good over there. Small streamers in the low light hours have been fishing well. Georgetown Lake is just starting to heat up a little bit. Mayflies going on, calabatus in the daytime, and then some general dry flies, ants, beetles, stuff like that have been good. So any further details on any other areas, holler at us anytime. You can reach us at 406-494-0707 or at thestonefly.com.
Hey, folks, this is Bart down at Capital Sports with the weekly fishing report for the Helena area. Well, we're getting very good reports this week on Holter Lake, mostly on the north end of the lake. The guys are catching walleyes, bottom bouncing, and jigging, whatever their preference is. We're hearing about a few of the big kokanee caught out of Holter, not too many yet. It'll get better as the summer goes on. And lots of trout. If that's the preference, you can get the trout trolling small crankbaits all day long. The south end of Canyon Ferry's been producing some walleyes this week, too. The size has not been great, but the numbers have been good. So that's a viable option as well. Not getting many reports out of Hauser this week. Guys are still getting a few walleyes in the evening at the causeway, but we haven't heard anything really strong there. The regulating reservoir, on the other hand, has been producing lots of small kokanee. So if you want to catch some, that's a good place to go. For more information, stop in and see us at Capital Sports.
Thank you, Bart. We do have a contestant on the line for Plaster Motors Trivia. Chassis Stonehawker in Denton. How are you today, Chassis?
I'm well. How are you?
Fine, thank you. What do you got over there, Downrigger? It is time for Chassis to try to be a winner.
Chassis, what is the actual name of Tiber Reservoir? Is it A, Lake Elwell, B, Tiberius Reservoir, or is it C, Marias Reservoir?
What do you think, Chassis?
A, Lake Elwell.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, the reservoir was created by damming the Marias River at with the Tiber Dam. Now, there's some controversy as to how that dam actually got its name, but Lake Elwell was named after Judge Charles B. Elwell, lived from 1888 to 1974, former director of the Montana Reclamation Association.
All right, Chassis, thank you for listening and playing. We'll get your prize package mailed out to you, all right?
All right, thank you.
Thank you. We'll be back with the captain along with Mary Beth Kibler at Kibler Outfitting and Charter Fishing right after this.
Cold showers? No thanks. Whether your water heater is barely hanging on or you just want to upgrade before it quits, Right Now Plumbing and Heating has the perfect solution. Big water heaters, small water heaters, tall water heaters, tankless water heaters. We've got them all, installed fast and done right. Why wait for leaks, lukewarm showers, or worse, no hot water at all? Call Right Now Plumbing and Heating, the water heater king, and get your hot water back right now. Call 214-8904 or visit rightnowplumbingmt.com.
Hey Missoula, it's almost that time again. The Missoula Marathon weekend of events is just around the corner. Join the Tony Vanovich 5K on Saturday, June 28th. This fun, family-friendly race is perfect for all ages and paces. Walk it, run it, wiggle it, just don't miss it. Every entry gets a custom t-shirt, one-of-a-kind medal, free race day photos, and a scenic course. This race sells out fast, so grab your spot now at MissoulaMarathon.org. Town Square Media is proud to support Run Wild Missoula and the Missoula Marathon.
Hey, if you have ugly yellow toe fungus, you gotta hear about the secret 2-minute trick that I found for my husband. It works from both the inside and the outside. Thousands of people are using it to get rid of their toe fungus. You can check it out at crystalflush.com. Jake started off with a small spot on his big toe and then it spread and got really bad. His toes were nasty. It was so embarrassing. He was afraid to take his socks off. He hid his yellow and crumbly toes from everyone. He tried everything to get rid of it. Nothing helped. And then we found crystalflush.com. It was the only thing that worked. In just a few weeks, his toes looked amazing. He's now walking around barefoot again. You guys need to try this. I'm telling you, this stuff is different. It's not sold in stores, but go check it out at crystalflush.com. They'll even let you try it risk-free so you have nothing to lose. But whatever you do, don't let it get worse. You don't have to live with this anymore. Go check it out now. Just click over to crystalflush.com.
Happy Days Car Wash customers face many road construction projects this time of year. And as you pass through them, your vehicle's exposed to dust, tar, mud, oil, and other nasty materials. The technical term for this mixture, muckety-yuckety. Fortunately, Happy Days Car Wash is certified in muckety-yuckety remediation, the same certification they have for side grinder poopity on your door panels. Crew members to towel dry you at the end of the wash, and senior and veteran discounts every day. Clean car, Happy Days Car Wash on Brooks between Fairbridge Inn and Pizza Hut.
With bike season in full swing, the Bicycle Hangar is here to keep Missoula out and riding. At the Bicycle Hangar, we have an extensive inventory with Western Montana's largest selection of bikes from Giant, Yeti, Jamis, and the largest variety of e-bikes in town. Along with tools, clothing, and protective gear, the Bicycle Hangar has everything you could dream of to get out and enjoy the trails. Add on a top-notch service center, e-bike rentals, and free service for life. At the Bicycle Hangar, we want to be your bike shop.
The Bicycle Hangar, 1801 Brooks, across from Baskin-Robbins in Missoula.
The Montana Outdoor Radio Show is brought to you in part by Missoula Chevrolet, Tire-Rama, Brett's RV and Marine, and by Placer Motors. Once again, here's the captain and his crew.
But first, let's take a look at your weather forecast for southeast and south central Montana. Looks like this today. Sunny, slight chance of thunderstorms, highs in the mid-60s to upper 70s. Tonight, cloudy, chance of rain showers, slight chance of thunderstorms, lows in the upper 30s west of the region and mid-50s on the east side of the region. Sunday, sunny, rain showers, slight chance of thunderstorms, highs in the lower 50s to mid-60s. Sunday night, partly cloudy, slight chance of rain showers, lows in the lower 30s to mid-40s. Now, remember, gang, we've got the go-to website. No matter what the weather is, we've always got all your outdoor news. It's awaiting for you at the one and only go-to website, they call it, MontanaOutdoor.com.
Hey, now, the Riggercast this time around brought to you by Superior Hardwoods of Montana. We will be back with the captain, and we're trying to make contact with either Mary Beth Kibler or Leonard Roberts in Great Falls. We have Mary Beth on the line? All right. That and more in 1 minute.
Hey folks, this is Corey Medlinger with Superior Hardwoods, your local source for premium lumber and expert advice, right here in Missoula since 1977. Whether you're a seasoned builder or a weekend DIYer or just tackling a home project, we've got the quality materials you need to get it done right. From exotic woods and hardwoods to live edge slabs and unique reclaimed pieces, we carry it all, and we're open to the public. Stop by our beautiful showroom. You'll find inspiration around every corner, from flooring to paneling to one-of-a-kind wood pieces that can truly elevate your space. Need help choosing the right material? No problem. Our team is here to guide you through the woods with expert advice and personal service you won't find at the big box stores. Come visit us in Missoula or check us out online at superior-hardwoods.com. Let Superior Hardwoods help you build something great.
In Helena, be sure to shop Capital Sports. They are Montana outdoor approved for hunting and fishing, Captain.
Hey, good morning, Director, and everybody. 25 before 7. We have Mary Beth Kibler on the phone. Good morning, Mary Beth.
Well, good morning, guys. It's a beautiful, kind of rainy morning here at Hill Creek.
Yeah.
We are getting ready for the blast-off of the ladies' tournament here. So we got 22 teams, and we had one cancellation, I guess, so we only have 21. I got it right from Bethany Ryan, who runs our show here, and she does a phenomenal job. So got clients standing on the dock ready to go out with Mr. Ben, and it's looking like going to be a good day. So catching fish, everybody, you know what? The fishing has been really good. Smallmouth bass, last week I had a couple of 5s. I had some 4s. It is really, they've been coming on good. The northerns, a lot of northerns, but not real big. Passenger shore has been the most effective for that with jigs or ripping wraps or whatever you're using there. We've been pulling a lot of bottom bouncers, and they've been quite successful. Anyone who would like to put together a trip with us, I have a few dates left in July. Call 406-557-2503, and we'll get you with one of our guides.
All right, Mary Beth. Sounds like you're excited. Sounds like you're ready to roll. Good luck on the walleye women's tournament down there at Hill Creek, and you guys get some good weights and give me the results. We'll post it on MontanaOutdoor.com, okay?
I will. We will get you the victory report a little after 3:30 or 4 o'clock today. How's that sound?
Okay, sounds great. Mary Beth Kibler
Have
over there
a good
at
weekend,
Shores.
everyone. Bye-bye.
All right, of Hill Creek on Fort Peck Reservoir. And I don't know. Leonard is on. Good morning, Leonard, from Robert.
Good morning, Captain.
Tackle. Leonard, you're a Tiber groupie. That's the only place you fish anymore. You were surprised, I assume, by the weights that were caught last weekend?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I knew there was some big fish in there, but I didn't think there was that many of them. Especially congregate in one area. I understand there was, 30-some, over 30 inches that was caught total in the tournament. So it's kind of amazing for that lake. Considering a few years ago that if you got 21 to 25 pounds, you won the tournament.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't get 100 pounds, you don't even get the money.
Yeah.
That's right. Are you sure that there wasn't just... And Leonard, you sure there isn't just like 15 walleyes that got caught about
They've getting caught over
4 or 5 times?
Really dumb
walleye. Well, they yeah, I'm wondering about that, but they tell me, now Ray Cole told me this when he was running the tournament, that they can tell if a fish was done twice. The computer somehow lets you know. So
Really? How would they do
I
that?
think, well, from the way Ray talked, it's pretty safe with that computer because there's something on there that tells you if this fish was taking a picture prior to that time. So that's what he told me about that. So, because I mentioned it about, well, why can't I put it in the live well and then wait an hour or half an hour and then do it again? He said, we'll know. He said, the computer tells us.
We'll know.
Oh, I guess I would need that.
They have a
That's a little.
They have a collection of mug shots of all the walleye in the reservoir.
Yeah.
They match them up.
But for Leonard, that's a little above Leonard's pay grade. Ray Cole would know.
Yeah, a long ways above my pay grade. It's phenomenal that you think about that. 10 fish at 143 pounds. It's just, that's an average of 14 points so much a fish. It's, 33 inches or better. It's just amazing that it comes out of that lake. And then everybody talks about it. Now it's really low yet. There's only 2 ramps that you could, or 3 ramps you could use, 2 at the VFW and the one at the marina. Everything else is still high and dry. That's why I'm not up there fishing, because it's just, I don't know, it's just not fun to fish when the lake is this low. And I can't afford one of them fancy watching TVs to find my fish. I just got to use my old Lowrance and puddle around.
Yeah, that's
on that.
Those things.
Anyway, well, you got a report on Holter, which is pretty fair, pretty good. I know the guys are doing real good on the walleye and stuff, and a few kokanee catching here and there, around about 75 to 90 feet, I guess, is where the kokanee are yet. Up at Augusta area, the Willow Creek and Nylod reservoirs are doing real good on trout, eating-sized trout on that. Piskin is still doing good. It's still, my understanding, is full, and they're using a lot of herring and smelt up there on the northerns. Haven't heard anything on the perch. Francis, you still have to put in out on the east end on that, and they still haven't put a dock in for the guys, so I guess you got to use a stepladder to get in and out of your boat on that. Well, Tiber, you'll hear about that later on. In Fresno, they still got that closed. You can't put any boats in there. You're supposed to be extending that ramp out on that. And over at Ackley, the guys are starting to buy a lot of herring. They're going after those muskie that's in there on that part. So been doing a lot of that. And I got an announcement too, Captain. That meeting at the Utica Community Center was changed to Monday, the 23rd, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. There was something else going on the 24th, so they moved it back one day. And these guys that hunt the Utica game range in that area there better be at the meeting. So anyway, I've got lots of bait in stock. Any questions? 406-454-1877. And I want to say congratulations to the guys that broke the world record.
All right, there you go. Leonard Roberts from Roberts Bait and Tackle, which we are now going to proclaim the official bait company of Tiber Reservoir.
Yeah.
Awesome. It is 6:42.
The Montana Tourney Trail, brought to you by Warrior Boats. Experience the Warrior difference.
Fire that water up, baby! Take me out on the water. Put a fishing rod in my hand. Take me out on the water. Put a fishing rod in my hand.
Okay, best of luck to this weekend's competitors. Stuff going on today. The Bull Lake Pike Strike is today and tomorrow on Bull Lake. That's for Northern Pike. As you heard Mary Beth mention, the 25th Hell Creek Women's Walleye Tournament today on Fort Peck for walleye, northern, and bass. Then a little ways down the road, you got the 25th Annual Montana Pike Masters Tournament next weekend, June 28th, 29th, on Fort Peck, Dry Arm, Rock Creek Marina for northern pike, walleye, and smallmouth bass. The Canyon Ferry Walleye Festival is June 27th and 28th on Canyon Ferry for walleye, northern pike, and carp. And, of course, the 38th Annual Montana Governor's Cup Walleye Tournament, July 10th through the 12th on Fort Peck for walleye. Join the Captain's live broadcast from the boat ramp on Saturday morning right here on the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
And for more information and a complete listing of tournaments around Montana, log on to the Tourney Trail page on montanooutdoor.com. It's brought to you by Warrior Boats. Experience the Warrior difference.
Yes, ma'am, it is. And we have a $27 gift card to give away to the Montana Club as they help us celebrate 27 years of the Montana Outdoor Radio Show. Have a fabulous lunch or dinner at any of the Montana clubs around the state. There's 2 in Missoula, as well as locations in Billings, Butte, Great Falls, and Kalispell. If you would like to win that $27 gift card, and you have not been a prize winner of any kind
ever
in the past, no, not ever, in the past 6 months. It's not first-time winner. In the past 6 months, you want to call 406-721-3776. 1290. That's 721-1290. Back with the winner in 30 seconds.
Any angler can put bait on a lure, but good anglers know that catching fish requires more than just baiting your hook. At the Montana Club, we just don't serve you food. Any restaurant can do that. At the Montana Club, we serve you made-from-scratch entrees. That's why we call ourselves the Montana Club. Montana families keep coming back for our uncompromising cut-above USDA Choice and Prime certified Angus beef steaks for dinner. The Montana Club is something for everyone. Catch the flavor of the Montana Club in Missoula, Butte, Kalispell, Great Falls, and Billings, where they're always happy to see you and proud to serve you.
Did you see that? I think the callers blew up Miguel's headset. Did you see all those? Everything on the bank.
Kaboom.
Wow. Line 2, Miguel?
Line 2.
Or no, yeah, okay. Good morning. Welcome to the Montana Outdoor Radio Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Bud Anderberg, Columbia Falls, Montana.
All right, Bud, don't you go away. You stay right there.
Stick around.
And we'll get your mailing address for that gift card, all right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bud.
Thank you, Bud. All right, when we come back, we'll try to touch bases with Eddie Mint at Lake Ridge Lodging and Bait Shop and more when the Montana Outdoor Radio Show continues.
Polaris off-road vehicles can be hazardous to operate and are not intended for on-road use. Driver must be at least 16 years old with a valid driver's license to operate. Always wear a helmet and be sure to take a safety training course.
Power through tasks and trails in any weather in the Polaris Ranger XP 1000 North Star lineup. Ride comfortably whether in rainy, snowy, or dusty conditions with a full cab system. Control the climate with a factory-installed heating and air conditioning. Take on tough jobs and challenging trails day in and day out with a vehicle you can depend on. This is Jeff. Visit us in Lewistown or see what's in store for you at lewistownpolaris.com.
Fort Peck Marina wants to make your fishing trip as enjoyable as possible. This is Scott Collinsworth with the Fort Peck Marina. You can stay at our RV campground, which is seconds away from the boat ramp. Check out our tackle shop, which is packed with gear for all species here on Fort Peck. Plus, you can book a fishing trip with me for lake trout, salmon, smallmouth, or walleye with my Fort Peck Marina guide service. Enjoy the best pizza, burgers, and sandwiches on the lake in our bar restaurant for lunch or dinner. Plus, breakfast is served on Saturday and Sunday mornings. Fort Peck Marina, we are here to serve you. You can check us out on our Facebook page or our new website at fortpeckmarina.net. That's Fort Peck Marina by the dam on Fort Peck.
When it comes to farming, ranching, or even fishing and hunting, you need a truck you can rely on. Even more, you need a buying experience that's hassle-free. Look no further than Missoula Chevrolet. Locally owned and operated right here in Missoula, Montana. They offer one low price, plain and simple, always. With over 350 vehicles, including the tried and true Silverado light-duty and heavy-duty trucks, they are proud to be the Captain's Truck Center.
That's so true. I depend on the experts at Missoula Chevrolet to find me the perfect Chevy Silverado to get me where the fish are biting and the game can be hunted. I travel the entire state, and my 3/4-ton Silverado makes it easy to tow my fifth wheel and boat at the same time. And you can't beat the comfort of the interior. It's simple. I trust the non-commissioned experts at Missoula Chevrolet for all my truck needs.
Find out for yourself exactly what the captain is talking about. Find your next Chevy truck at Missoula Chevrolet. Together, let's drive at MissoulaChevrolet.com.
You're listening to the captain and his crew.
If you notice swelling of face, mouth, throat, or a rash, see your doctor right away. The most common side effect is nausea and vivid, unusual, or strange dreams.
Welcome back to the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
In Butte, please be sure to shop Three Bears Alaska. They are Montana outdoor approved for hunting and fishing, Captain.
We have Edward Mint on the phone from the Lake Ridge Lodging and Bait Shop. Eddie, is Mother Nature, the fish are biting. I don't care what you're going after, the walleyes, the salmon, lake trout. Is Mother Nature going to keep the anglers off the water today?
Well, it's raining right now. Calm. It does show some winds coming in a little later on, but there's been a few boats headed out, so looks like it's definitely a little slower pace around here this morning with the fishermen, but there's a few guys getting out there, and the bite's been pretty good for pretty much all species.
Yeah, I've noticed that they're catching the walleyes and the salmon. I mean, I think, did Don Wilkins have a trip the other day, like Thursday, and they ended up boating 4 salmon?
Not that I'm aware of. They got 2 salmon the other day that when I talked to him. But yeah, no, they're definitely catching salmon for sure.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to talk to them, but
I think they had 4 on. 4 on, I believe, is what it was, and landed 2 or something like that. But irregardless, Taylor was out yesterday for a half day with a guy, and they boated 1 salmon and a couple of lake trout. But so yeah, no, they're definitely being active. That's a good sign for the run later on. But looks like it's going to be a good year for the salmon again. So hopefully that continues and it just keeps getting better.
Walleyes, it looks like they're catching walleyes either deep or actually shallow.
Yeah, I've got kind of the same report. Different guys are finding them up in the shallows and the weeds, and other guys are getting them in that 15 to 20 feet. Crawlers, bottom bouncers, leeches, a few guys pulling cranks. The pike, kind of the same thing there as well. So, and smallmouth bass on rock piles, and just off of some points, that was a pretty good bite yesterday for some guys that were just out focusing on the bass. So, yeah, like you said, pretty much all the way around, just a good fight going on for all species.
So how are you fixing for vacancies at your hotel as well as the cabins over there in the RV spots?
Well, fortunately for this weekend, we're completely booked up through pretty much all of next week. There is a couple of spots here and there, but got a few RV spots. I think I got 3 RV spots available with water and electricity. So yeah, no, if the guy needs to get a spot or check about a room or a cabin, just give us a call and see if we can get you fixed in there somewhere.
All right. What's the phone number to call for Lake Ridge Lodging and Bait Shop, Eddie?
406-526-3597.
All right, buddy. Have a good weekend. We'll talk to you next Saturday morning.
Yep. Good luck to everybody. Have a good, safe weekend.
It seems like our correspondents are really doing a lot of things this morning.
Yeah.
Was he? Does he have a mobile fishing shop now, or?
I don't know. Ed. Wacky stuff.
Wacky stuff.
Yeah. Hey, we're going to come back. I'm going to tell you what's going to go on next hour. I think you're going to be interested to know when the Montana Outdoor Radio Show continues right after this.
Plumbing problems are an emotional drain. The sink, tub, toilet, or sewer gets clogged. Water is backing up, and the smell. Despicable drains demand the drain-trained technicians at Thomas Plumbing. Thomas Plumbing has the right tools and expertise to get things flowing smoothly again. No job too big or too small for the drain specialists at Thomas Plumbing. Since 1978, Western Montanans have been sinking their trust into Thomas Plumbing. 532-LEAK.
Don't risk losing the trusted news, traffic, sports, and weather you get from AM radio stations. It's time to make your voice heard. We need Congress to pass the AM Radio for Every Vehicle Act to keep AM radio in cars. When internet and cell services are out, AM could be your only lifeline. Text AM to 39179 and tell Congress to pass this critical legislation now.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Want to be part of Missoula Marathon Weekend without the blisters and sore legs? Become a race weekend volunteer and get a front row seat to the race day action. You'll cheer, support, and high-five your way through one of Missoula's biggest events. With more than 800 volunteer roles available, there's a perfect spot just for you. Sign up today at MissoulaMarathon.org and join the fun. Town Square Media is proud to support Run Wild Missoula and the Missoula Marathon.
Hold up a sec. If I work today, why should I have to wait 2 weeks to get my money? With Earnin, you can access your pay as you work instead of waiting days and weeks for a paycheck. Get up to $150 a day with a max of $750 between paydays. No interest, no credit checks, and no mandatory fees. Because, hey, it's your money. Download the Earnin app now to get it and join millions of people making any day payday. That's EARNIN. Earnin is not a bank. Access limits are based on your earnings and risk factors available in select states. Expedited transfer is available for a fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Visit earnin.com for full details.
Rescue, rehabilitate, and rehome. That is our goal at One Horse at a Time Draft Horse Rescue. This is Jasmine, and we are located in the beautiful Bitterroot Valley. Not only do we save draft horses from going to slaughter, many owner surrenders have also found new homes through us and are protected by our lifelong adoption contract. We invite you to follow along on our journey to provide the best care and life for these deserving gentle giants. Find out more about how you can help. Visit onehorseatatime.com.
This is the Captain. I want to invite you to join us every Friday morning from our local fishing program, Catching the Big Ones, live on the banks of brooks at Paradise Falls. We'll help you get ready for a weekend of fishing with area reports and advice and try to make you a winner with our weekly trivia. Catching the Big Ones every Friday morning, 8 to 9, live from Paradise Falls on News Talk, KGVO AM 1290 and FM 98.3.
This is the Montana Outdoor Radio Show. Once again, here's the captain and his crew.
Wrapping up the first hour here of the Tiber 2-hour special edition of the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
Wow.
We're going to talk to Ruann right after the top of the hour from Tiber Marina. We'll find out if we can get a hold of her. Maybe she's so busy talking to national news magazines and networks and all that stuff.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if she's had any traffic pick up since this big tournament. And I'll have to see if we can get a hold of Josh Perro and see if he's had a bunch more people want to have him take them out for guiding and trips. Never know.
I got a hold of Dennis Hansen, the unofficial mayor of Tiber Reservoir. We'll talk to him at 7:46.
Yeah,
okay.
Get his take on what's going on there at Tiber. He's a little bit tight-lipped, has been, but the information is out now, I told him. And I said, Dennis, you don't have to worry about making all the locals mad or all your buddies mad that you're going to brag about Tiber, because Tiber's bragging about itself by the results of the Tiber tournament in 2025.
Very good point. You can't put the genie back in the bottle, right, Captain?
That's right, Director.
Thank you.
And we're going to try we're going to try to do it. Well, if anybody can do it, we can do it. We'll put that genie back in the bottle.
No, you won't.
No, I don't think you can.
We might have to break the bottle to put it back in. We'll be back right after this.
This is Brandon with Madhouse Cannabis Farms here. With summer right around the corner, Megan and I are excited our kids' sporting events are finally winding down. As we look forward to all the outdoor activities Montana has to offer, we'd like to remind everybody to recreate responsibly. What this means is always keep your cannabis products in kid-safe packaging and stored away from our youth. As parents, it's our responsibility to keep products out of our children's hands. Madhouse Cannabis Farms, helping to create a safe, responsible market since 2010. 9393 Cartage Road. For use 21 and older, keep out of reach of children.
Teresa Lunn with United Country Real Estate Western Montana Group knows what it takes to sell your property.
What makes your home more saleable? The price? The location? How about marketing your property through one of the largest marketing firms in the U.S.? There is a difference. The United Country Marketing Advantage provides us with the tools.
Teresa Lunn and United Country Real Estate Western Montana Group, covering the state with main offices in Missoula and Plains. Visit an office or call
728-9733.
This is News Talk KGVO, Missoula, AM 1290, and K25 2FT 98.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
Is your home's electrical system keeping up with today's demands? Outdated wiring isn't just inefficient, it can be dangerous. Provost Electric specializes in modern upgrades that keep your home safe, smart, and energy efficient. From panel replacements to full rewiring, done right, up to code, and built to last. You'll get upfront pricing with no surprises, no smoke and mirrors, just honest work done right the first time. Call or text Provost Electric at 406-530-8658 or visit provostelectric.com.
Town Square Media is proud to announce the Women's Expo in Great Falls is coming back to the Pacific Steel and Recycling Four Seasons Arena, October 3rd, 4th, and 5th. The Women's Expo is growing fast, so be sure to get your booth space reserved now by calling 406-761-7600. If your business targets the female audience, you will want to be at the Women's Expo. 3 days of shopping, showing, and sharing a variety of goods and services, all designed for you and those special ladies in your life. Don't miss the Women's Expo, brought to you by Town Square Media.
AM 1290 and 98.3 FM. News Talk KGVO. Depend on it.
This is Dick Zimmer reporting to you from Zimmer Tackle in Pablo, Montana. There's just an awful lot going on right now in the fishing world. A lot of good fishing. The lake, Flathead Lake, has really picked up in a lot of different areas. Just had a report where there was a fella fishing in the Narrows, and he was getting multiple species using a tube jig. He caught the perch, smallmouth bass, whitefish, a lake trout. He was just getting and he had several days when he had real good fishing there. So other places that would be good possibilities are Swan Lake for the lake trout there. The one element about Flathead and even Swan is that it appears that there are an awful lot of immature small lake trout. And so you have to kind of gear for that. What a lot of the fishermen in Flathead have been going to, they use a heavy jig, but they put a dropper below it. And generally a fly or a glow hook, something that glows in the dark, and not put a lot of bait on, just a small amount. But that's been the most productive. And then if you have a fly above it, you'll catch an occasional fish on the fly. And this, for the most part, is going to work best in waters from probably 200 to 300 feet where the lake trout are feeding on shrimp. Lake Mary Ronan, they're still catching kokanee, but it's slowed down. But when the kokanee began to slow down, the perch seemed to pick up, and they're catching some real monster perch out there. If you want a good catch of perch, the last couple of weeks we've been doing really well right off the boat ramp at Big Arm, and going straight out maybe a little bit south, getting 35 feet of water, and it's almost a sure thing. The river below the lake is also beginning to drop, and that will usher in good fishing for pike and smallmouth bass. So that's another point to be considering. That's probably about it. If you need more information, you can call my personal cell, which is 406-250-0241, or you can call our shop, which is 406-675-0068. Our email address is macban@ronan.net, and our website is www.zimmertackle.net. Have a good week fishing.
Did you receive a call or message that mentioned Social Security and demanded immediate action? Did the caller know your Social Security number or other personal information and tell you that your Social Security number had been used in connection with the crime? Did you feel worried that your Social Security number might be suspended, your bank account might be frozen or seized, or you could be arrested? That is not the Social Security Administration. Social Security will not threaten you, demand your personal information or instant payment, email or text you pictures or documents, or use a real government official's name to gain your trust. Social Security does not accept payments by gift card, prepaid debit card, internet currency, or by mailing cash. Criminals use these forms of payment because they are hard to trace. Do not be fooled. Hang up, ignore them, Report this criminal activity to the Social Security Administration Office of the Inspector General at oig.ssa.gov.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
Nathan has taught me to embrace the moment. Age-wise, I'm in my late 60s. I'm old enough to be his grandfather. Will he be embarrassed to acknowledge me as his dad? I think the most important thing we can do is let them know that they're safe, that they're valued and cared for and loved, and that they're important.
I knew I wanted to be adopted by him because of how he taught me to be the person who I am today. And it's coming from a dad that didn't expect to become a dad, and I feel very proud to be his son.
That was what he needed, and he was what I needed. Every day is full of new opportunities. That's what it's been about, realizing the simple things that it takes to make such a huge difference in these kids' lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Just pull your chair up close to your radio. Tune it up good and loud. Tune it up good and loud. Tune it up good and loud.
Good morning, Captain.
Like to check your licenses, boys.
Good morning to you.
Live all across Big Sky Country, it's the Montana Outdoor Radio Show. The Montana Outdoor Radio Show is brought to you statewide by Missoula Chevrolet, home of the official truck of the captain, Vibrant Hearing, Warrior Boats, Tire-Rama, Gretz RV and Marine, and by Placer Motors, your local Subaru dealer in Helena. And now, from the command center, here's the captain and his crew on the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
Buckle up. This forecast is going to be a bit of an adventure. We are going to check out the forecast for central Montana. First up, we've got a winter storm warning that remains in effect from 9 a.m. this morning until noon Sunday for parts of the region. So watch out if you're traveling around through there, especially around East Glacier. Today, mostly cloudy in the morning, then becoming partly cloudy. Patchy blowing snow in the morning, then areas of blowing snow in the afternoon. Chance of rain showers and a slight chance of thunderstorms also. Then a chance of rain just in the afternoon. Visibility is only going to be about 1/4 mile or less. Highs possibly 55 to 65, I would say. Watch out for lower temps in the mountains, probably around 45 degrees. West winds 20 to 30 miles an hour, gusts up to 45. Tonight, increasing clouds, areas of blowing snow in the evening, chance of rain through the night, lows 40 to 45, west winds 20 to 30. Gusts up to 35. Now, Sunday, cloudy, rain showers through the day, slight chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon, highs 50 to 55. Now, remember, gang, you can always get the latest in outdoor news, detailed weather forecasts, and a link to this week's Montana Outdoor Podcast. That's featuring Megan Bicking, Executive Director of the Montana State Parks Foundation. Now, when you watch the podcast, you're going to learn all about what the State Parks Foundation does and what it has been doing to make our state parks some of the most unique places in the world. That and more is waiting for you at the go-to website, montanooutdoor.com.
That there Riggercast brought to you by Vibrant Hearing. Back with the captain and Ruann from Tiber Marina, along with some cooking with kokanee, all on the way in 30 seconds here.
You would do anything to prevent dementia, but are you doing everything? This year, give yourself more time. Learn how the medical treatment of hearing loss can reduce your risk of dementia, keep you engaged with your loved ones, and reconnect you to life. The folks at Vibrant Hearing can help with your hearing loss and show you how treating hearing loss is also reducing your risk of dementia. For better hearing, go to vibranthearing.com.
What you got cooking?
Oh, hold on, kokanee.
Yeah.
That's
Will
okay.
you settle down?
I'm really excited about the walleye, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Just Take your oven mitts off and sit down for a minute, would you?
My script is all out of kilter now. I think I was going to say in Livingston, shop Yellowstone Sporting Goods. They are Montana outdoor approved for hunting and fishing. Captain.
Are we eating early?
Not quite.
I guess so, yeah.
She's got sequins on her oven.
Okay.
It's just kind of nice.
Yeah.
They're for grip.
We have the Montana Outdoor Radio Show. You heard the director very surprised about somebody coming in singing and wanting to.
Must be a heck of a recipe.
Not cooking up. Yeah, and then Kokanee Quinn. We got Miguel Lee, Downrigger Dale.
Yeah.
And now she was always famous to us, Ruann from Rouge Tiber Marina. And now she's famous worldwide.
Rockstar.
Good morning. And thank you. Hey, good morning, Rue, and thank you for making time for us this morning.
Oh, well, you are welcome. There's always time for you guys. Come on, you know that.
Oh.
So we did an article, Angela Montana did an article at MontanaOutdoor.com about kind of like the backdrop of Tiber Reservoir after the massive weights, and we've been talking about that last hour, that won the tournament and got second place and third place, even fourth, fifth place. Have you been receiving any phone calls or anything from folks wondering more about Tiber?
Oh, yeah. I've had a couple. One guy, he just got point blank. He just wanted to know, so where did they catch those big fish? How deep were they?
Well, why not? Yeah, why not?
Yeah. He was just right to the point. It was, yeah, we've had a lot of interest since then. It's, a lot of phone calls wanting to know just where those big fish were.
Have you raised the prices on the ice cream since then?
Not yet. I'll wait on that one. But, you know.
She is charging
you
for
gotta
fishing
reel them.
reports.
It's just like fishing, the walleye. You got to give them. You got to let them bite, let them go out a little bit, and then hook them in. So you can't set it just yet. I got to reel them in a little bit first.
So,
that's good,
Captain. I have a question for Rue. Have you seen other big fish being caught since that tournament?
Well. Yeah, we've had a few caught since the tournament, but we'd seen some come out before that.
Oh.
But not those big 34.5 and 33 and a quarter. Not quite that big yet. I don't know that anybody's so far really been fishing for that. But I know we have some people interested coming and looking for those big ones. So yeah, we've known they're here.
The photo on your article, or the article that Angela wrote on MontanaOutdoor.com, is that you or is that somebody else? She got it from you.
She got it from me. I have to look and see. I don't think so.
Well, maybe she got it from your Facebook page. So forget about the question. You don't know.
That is working.
I don't know. I'll have to go look and see. I don't think so.
Yeah. Just go on. So most of the time, I'm assuming when they catch a 15-pound, I can't remember, but it was an unbelievable number of walleyes that were caught during the tournament, 2-day tournament, that were over 15 pounds. I'm assuming most of those big fish that the anglers catch and release them, and they just take a photo.
Yep, all of them have to be caught and released. If you can't keep it, and it doesn't count. If you keep it, it doesn't count towards your fishing score. So they're all released. And they, from my understanding, they have to take a video, or they have to take a picture. Yeah.
I understand the tournament protocol, but I was just wondering, just a regular angler catches them. I'm assuming they probably just take them and take a picture, most of them, put them back.
For the most part, yes. Most of them, unless something happens, most people put them back because those are not the good eating. They get that big and they tend to get a little on the mushier side. So most people don't want to eat those, and those are, good for the breeding stock. And so I would say probably at least 90% are returned back into the water.
So what's the key to fishing Tiber Reservoir right now? How would you go out, or how would you tell folks to go out to go and try to catch maybe a walleye of a lifetime?
You know, a lot of them have been, well, the bootlegger arm, it's no secret anymore. That was kind of where they were at, but, a lot of them were jigging, but these live scopes have changed the nature of the game. The regular angler might struggle a little bit finding them like they did, but this live scope makes it a whole different ball game in fishing.
Yeah.
So you have to go out and kind of...
Go ahead, Ruan.
You what?
Go ahead, Ruan.
I was going to say, they're going to have to go out and kind of test the waters kind of like they normally do and see if they can find some fish and, figure out where they're biting. And there's a lot of jigging going on, bottom bouncing now starting to take off, but they weren't in such deep water, and our temperatures have kind of dropped again, so they're still hanging in that 10 to 20 range, 20-foot range.
Mm-hmm. You get some rain there recently?
We did. We've had about 1.5 inches of rain in the last 2 days, so we're a little on the soggy side.
All right. Rue, thanks for taking our phone call. Now we have to go through an assistant that you hired this week, so we do appreciate
her agent
letting us through.
Yeah.
What is the phone number for the general public to talk to you?
406-759-5637.
What about reservations on your full, or you got room?
We're getting that way. We still have a little bit of room if you call for the right dates, and we've got some room coming up, so give us a call, and I guess the only way to find out is call and give me a few dates, and I can tell you if I can squeeze you in.
There you go.
All right. I thought you were going to say, if you say the right things, we'll get you in. So
Yeah.
have yourself a good weekend, Ro.
Well, maybe
we'll talk
that
to you,
too,
next week. Tiber Marina. All right, Director. Now it's time to do a little cooking.
It is. We're ready to roll from the kitchens of MontanaOutdoor.com, cooking with Kokanee.
What you got cooking? I got rice cooking in the microwave. She got something cooking for me tonight, and a little bit of chicken fried.
Heavenly walleye is this week's recipe.
Heavenly.
And what you're going to need is 2 pounds of walleye fillets, also some fresh squeezed lemon juice, grated Parmesan cheese, some green onion, butter, mayo, salt, garlic salt, some Old Bay seasoning or your favorite Cajun seasoning, and some hot sauce to taste. Place your dry walleye fillets in a flat baking dish, sprinkle with fresh lemon juice, and let them sit for about 10 minutes. Don't skip that part of it because that's going to make it even extra more delicious. Then in a bowl, you're going to want to mix your mayonnaise, softened butter, grated Parmesan cheese, chopped green onion, salt, garlic salt, and Cajun seasoning. Add a little hot sauce to taste. You can always add more later. Then preheat your oven to 500 degrees on the broil setting. Once it's hot, put your marinated walleye in the oven and broil for 6 to 8 minutes or until it flakes easily with a fork. Then take it out of the oven. Put that prepared mixture evenly over each fillet. This is where the heavenly part comes in, so do not be shy with that. Then put the fish back in the oven for 2 to 3 minutes or until the topping is warm and bubbly, but keep a close eye on it. You don't want it to burn. Then finish with an extra dash of hot sauce if desired and serve immediately. And it's suggested that you serve it over grilled summer squash and onions because that flavor combination apparently is outstanding.
That does sound good.
Heavenly walleye. You can find that at MontanaOutdoor.com.
Terrific. Straight ahead on the Montana Outdoor Radio Show, ye old Placer Motors statewide trivia with Downrigger Dale, and what might be the topic this hour for our contestants. Downrigger.
Topic for this hour's question is, so let's measure that, and we'll do it in miles this time.
Yes, we'll try to make you a winner right after this. Brett's RV and Marine's been bringing family and lifestyle together since 1967. Brett's was family-owned then and still is today. The Brett's mission is simple. Help families go camping and boating, enjoy the outdoor lifestyle, and get them back out quickly when something unexpected happens. Today, Brett's carries over 75 RV and boat brands and offers them all at volume discount pricing. New travel trailers start at just $14,995. Montana, Brett's has you covered with locations in Missoula, Butte, and Billings. Or you can shop online at brettsrv.com or call 833-BRETTS-RV. Your next great outdoor adventure starts at Brett's RV and Marine.
If you love getting out of Montana's lakes and rivers, you know how special our waters are. But pests like zebra mussels and Eurasian water milfoil can harm fishing and boating opportunities.
You can help protect Montana's waters.
Please clean all mud, plants, and debris off your boat, recreational equipment, and fishing gear before you leave the access site. Drain water from motors, live wells, and bilges. Allow your boat and recreational equipment time to dry before the next outing.
And no matter what type of watercraft you use, stop at all roadside inspection stations.
Together we can protect Montana's waters.
Learn more at fwp.mt.gov/AIS.
Fort Peck Marina wants to make your fishing trip as enjoyable as possible. This is Scott Collinsworth with the Fort Peck Marina. You can stay at our RV campground, which is seconds away from the boat ramp. Check out our tackle shop, which is packed with gear for all species here on Fort Peck. Plus, you can book a fishing trip with me for lake trout, salmon, smallmouth, or walleye with my Fort Peck Marina guide service. Enjoy the best pizza, burgers, and sandwiches on the lake in our bar restaurant for lunch or dinner. Plus, breakfast is served on Saturday and Sunday mornings. Fort Peck Marina, we are here to serve you. You can check us out on our Facebook page or our new website at fortpeckmarina.net. That's Fort Peck Marina by the dam on Fort Peck.
Montana's a big state, and the men and women that call it home know why they live there. It offers unique outdoor opportunities year-round. It's a way of life for them, but each region of the state does have its own set of challenges. That's why Montana hunters and fishermen have come to depend on their local sporting goods store to help them get the success they strive for in every region across Big Sky Country.
When you shop your local Montana Outdoor approved sporting goods store, you get the best products, service, and advice.
In Butte, shop Three Bears Alaska. In Helena, shop Capital Sports. In Lewistown, head on over to the Sports Center. And in Miles City, shop Red Rock Sporting Goods. Over in Livingston, shop Yellowstone Sporting Goods. In Glasgow, shop D&G Sports and Western.
All of these sporting goods stores have local knowledge for the area of Montana that they serve, and all of them are Montana Outdoor approved for hunting and fishing.
So, are you ready to rock?
Let's party!
You're listening to The Captain.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
Welcome back to the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
This is Eric Anderson, the owner of Placer Motors in Helena. Come in and see us today and find out why there's a Subaru, and then there's a Subaru that's been purchased at Placer Motors.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for joining us. 7:23 trivia time with Downrigger Dale, brought to you by Placer Motors. Let's see if we can make you a winner in 1 minute.
If you're driven by an adventurous heart, you're in luck. The 2025 Subaru Outback shares your spirit. It'll help you take as far as you want to explore with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and up to 32 miles per gallon, plus up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance. The 2025 Subaru Outback. Go where love takes you. Manufacturer estimated highway fuel economy on 2025 Subaru Outback non-turbo models. Actual mileage may vary. From our lot to your driveway, come see how Placer Subaru in Helena is transforming the car buying experience. Test drive a 2025 Subaru Outback today.
All right, this hour's trivia winner gets a first aid kit from Joe Moline in Lewistown, a Tiorama pen, Captain's Choice Max Lure from Linda at Far Country Press in Helena, the book Glacier Day Hikes, a koozie from the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, from Steve Harada, Steve's Bail Bonds and Wolf Point Utility Key Ring, featuring a bottle opener, tape measure, and flashlight. G. Willikers, how might that come in handy, Downrigger?
Well, those will be your tools for salvation, a better life, shall we say.
Testify. And from Kathy Goodman at SilverThreadsOuterwear.com in Great Falls, a Hook'em fishing ball cap. Black ball cap. It has a leather patch in the shape of Montana on it with a fishing hook and 406 on there. Isn't it? Yeah, it's great. Number to call if you know the trivia answer and you have not won any prize in the past 6 months is 406-721-1290. That's 721-1290. What do we got this hour, Rig?
Thank you, Director. Now, last hour we learned that the actual name of Tiber Reservoir is Lake Elwell. Now, also last hour, Captain mentioned that his legendary fishing buddy and co-host of this show, Walleye Wayne, nicknamed Tiber as the miniature Fort Peck. So, how big is Tiber or Lake Elwell? Is it A, just over 180 miles of shoreline, B, just under 100 miles of shoreline, or is it C, it's actually right at 55 miles of shoreline? Question again is, how much shoreline does Tiber Reservoir have? Is it A, 180 miles, B, 100 miles, or C, 55 miles?
406-721-1290 if you haven't won anything in the past 6 months. And while we wait for a winner, let's check in with Chancey up in Kalispell.
Good morning, Montana. Chance here at Chance Fish Camp up in Kalispell. Give you that weekly fishing report. Fishing's still good kokanee action. Dickie's been cranking out a lot of nice fish, jigging and trolling. Ashley Lake's still getting some good reports up there. Middle Thompson, early in the morning, guys are out there trolling, getting some nice fish in that 14 to 16-inch range. Been hearing Bitterroots kicking out some fish, too. So lots of good kokanee action pretty much everywhere. Perch fishing, getting some decent reports on Lake Marinan. Guys just fishing those deeper weed edges, little gitsits, tube jigs. That kind of stuff's been productive. Hearing down Polson Bay, along those west shore of Polson Bay, and those bays have been pretty productive for perch and some good smallmouth action. Upper Thompson's been good on some perch. Good bass fishing over on Echo. Been busy, of course, with all the pleasure boaters, but early in the morning, guys been getting out, getting some good smallmouth, some fish up that 3 to 4 pound range. A guy did get a 30-pound pike out there the other day. He let it go, so it's still swimming in there for one of you guys to catch. But some good largemouth, Lake Superior whitefish, too, out there. Guys been picking up some of them out in the main lake, jigging. Speaking of whitefish, did hear a few guys picking some up out on Flathead right off the Delta. Nothing in numbers, just one or two here and there. Been hearing a few over in Summers Bay. I think the guys been just kind of stumbling in them out fishing for lake trout. Lake trout fishing's been decent out there. Been hearing flashers with the Brad Super Baits and the maple sausage in them. Trolling's been pretty decent. The Delta, been hearing the mid-lake bar, anywhere from 80 to 120 foot of water has been productive. Down on the south end, guys trolling out around the islands there by the Narrows, trolling big flatfish right on the bottom. About 80 to 100 foot of water has been productive. And then over by Wild Horse Island, some of the islands over there trolling big flatfish has been productive also. The sloughs on the Flathead River early in the morning, Fennon, Half Moon, Rose Creek throwing big jerk baits have been productive. Big spoons, spinner baits, getting some nice pike. Bass fishing's a little bit tougher. Most of the bass are all done spawning, but throwing some chatter baits, some shallow diving crankbaits have been pretty productive for that. Horseshoe Lake over in Ferndale, smallmouth fishing's been pretty good over there. A few little sunfish and perch also. Blanchard Lake, guys, been hitting that up towards whitefish, getting some nice bass out of there and quite a few smaller crappie. The rivers are in pretty good shape. The main stem of Flathead, depending on what happens this weekend if we get a bunch of rain, but the main stems come down quite a bit and greened up. Been hearing some guys fly fishing's been pretty productive. Thompson River still fishing pretty good. The Fisher River's in pretty good shape. So a lot of good fishing going on right now. So good luck fishing out there and be safe.
Yeah. All right. Here comes Kelly Mohan to play Placer Motors Trivia. Kelly is in Missoula. How are you this morning, Kelly?
Fantastic. And yourself?
Thank you so much. Go, Downrigger.
Hey, Brother Kelly, how many miles of shoreline does Tiber Reservoir have? Is it A, just over 180 miles, B, just under 100 miles, or is it C, it's actually right at 55 miles?
What do you think, Kelly?
It's A, 180 miles.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Tiber Reservoir, or Lake Ewell, whichever one you call it, is 181 miles of shoreline. Was created when the Earthfield Dam was built on the Marias River back in 1956. 211 feet tall. It's one of the, just like Fort Peck, one of the largest earth-filled dams in the world.
Wow. Hey, Kelly, thank you for being a listener for one thing, and we appreciate you playing, and I believe Miguel got all your correspondence info. We'll get your prize package mailed out to you, okay?
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Kelly Mohan in Missoula. Let me see here when we come back. Of course, it will be Brett French time.
Mm-hmm.
On the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
Yeah, he's got an interesting article.
At least at Campbell Kia of Missoula, it's trade-in month, and we're giving you a bonus or guaranteed minimum value for that clunker in your driveway. Dents? Fine. Mystery smells? We'll pretend we don't notice. Trade up to a newer used vehicle that's actually ready for summer adventures. But don't wait. These trade-in deals roll out at the end of June. Get more for your trade right now. Visit the crew at 5243 Trumpeter Court and drive home with a deal. Campbell Kia of Missoula, community driven.
This is Scott Richmond, and along with my co-host Arnie Sherman, we bring you What Do You Know? A show that goes beyond the headlines with insightful conversations and compelling guests from all walks of life. From business and politics to sports, entertainment, and culture, we talk with the people who have stories to tell and perspectives that matter. Join us Sunday mornings from 8 to 9 on News Talk KGVO, or listen anytime on Apple or Android podcasts.
In a world where glass breaks, one business stands tall.
My windshield's cracked.
Legacy Glass, fixing panes and saving the day for nearly 40 years.
But I've got advanced driver's assistance systems.
They calibrate those too.
House windows, mirrors, big rigs, tractors?
All of it.
Is there anything they can't do?
Yep, they can't fix your singing voice.
Rude.
Call 406-273-0173 or visit LegacyGlassLLC.com. Legacy Glass, crystal clear service every time.
Hi, it's Scott the Painter. We all know about keeping up on the routine maintenance of our vehicles. But how often do you think about your home's preventative maintenance? So don't neglect it. Part of that routine care is interior and exterior paint. It also adds to the curb appeal and value of your investment. So if it's been more than 7 years since you had fresh paint applied, it's time. We've been helping people all over western Montana maintain their home's looks and value for over 26 years. That's Scott Arnold Painting at 381-8545.
It's Summerfield time and time to save big. Hey, this is D. Wayne with Energy Partners, and I am so excited to share with you that we have started our summer fill program, and I wanted to encourage you to fill your tank today while the savings are so big. We know every dollar counts, and that's why we have our prices currently at the lowest possible in the market, so you can get your propane tank topped off before winter comes. Not a customer? Switching to Energy Partners has never been easier. Visit our website today to find a location nearest you at energypartnerspropane.com.
Is there a Kubota Orange Day in your future? Shop Big Sky Kubota's huge inventory of Kubota zero-turn mowers, compact and larger size tractors, skid steers, excavators, and Big Sky Kubota's biggest inventory ever of new utility vehicles, featuring extra special discounts. Take advantage of 0 down and 0% finance offers during Kubota Orange Days through June 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for details. Work with the local Kubota guys, John and Ben at Big Sky Kubota, 3 miles west of the Missoula Airport on Highway 10.
The Montana Outdoor Radio Show is brought to you in part by Missoula Chevrolet, Tire-Rama, Brett's RV and Marine, and by Placer Motors. Once again, here's the captain and his crew.
But first, let's take a look at your weather forecast for west of the Continental Divide. It looks like this. Winter storm warning is now in effect from 2 a.m. This morning to noon tomorrow, above 5,000 feet in elevation. That's quite a bit of areas around, so do watch out for that. Rest of the forecast is this. Today, rain likely, slight chance of thunderstorms, highs in the mid-50s to lower 60s. Tonight, rain likely, lows in the 30s. Brr. Sunday, rain likely in the morning, then rain showers likely in the afternoon and evening, highs in the mid-50s to lower 60s. Now, don't forget, you can always get the latest in outdoor news. Got detailed weather forecast. A great video of an elk chasing a bear that's chasing a calf. Got to see that and more right there at the go-to website, montanooutdoor.com.
And the Rigger Cast this time around brought to you by Rocky Mountain Truck and Trailer. Back with the captain and Brett French, the outdoor editor of the Billings Gazette, in 30 seconds. Rocky Mountain Truck and Trailers, Western Montana's Diamond C trailer dealer with the best connection to a full line of Diamond C car haulers, dump, heavy equipment, tilt, flatbed, and gooseneck trailers. Rocky Mountain Truck and Trailer offers sales with financing options available, service and parts. You'll find it all in one convenient location. Rocky Mountain Truck and Trailer, 5680 Expressway in Missoula. Or call 406-549-4243 and on the web, rmtte.com. In Lewistown, be sure to shop the Sports Center. They are Montana outdoor approved for hunting and fishing, Captain.
Thank you, Director. Good morning, everybody. 25 before 8, Montana Outdoor Radio Show. Brett French, the outdoor editor of the Billings Gazette, is digging up more controversy as he reports and writes about a landowner that is gated off access to BLM land. Good morning, Mr. French.
Good morning, Captain.
Can you explain your article that is posted at MontanaOutdoor.com?
Yeah, sure. It just shows how complicated these access situations are. In this case, it's a large tract of land in Garfield County, just south of Fort Peck Reservoir. 7 Blackfoot Wilderness Study Area is part of the area it accesses, and I've actually been back in there. It's beautiful, wild country, and the landowner used to provide access through there, but now he's gated it right at his property line, only like 3/4 of a mile from where the road actually hits BLM land. And so the public can no longer use that road to get in there. Talked to several people, in the county, Fish, Wildlife, and Parks, BLM. Took a long time for them to go look at records and figure out that they didn't think there was a public easement. The county still is not sure if there's a public easement. They would have to do more research. The landowner says definitely not. He got it taken off the gas tax rolls and is totally within his rights. One of the reasons he decided for gating the road is he's just tired of dealing with trespassers during the hunting season. His ranch borders about 6 miles of BLM property, and he's also leased it out now to outfitter, 30,000 acres, so it's a big spread. And I asked him, well, why couldn't you just put the fence up 3/4 of a mile down so people could still access that BLM? And he claims that would provide access to his entire ranch. So complicated issue, and it's we can all, sympathize with landowners and the problems they face, but also really sad to see access lost into these these places that are already really difficult to get to anyway. That Missouri River breaks country,
Yeah, that's a tough one.
In your article, you say that it also is accessible by boat. So maybe you got to buy a boat or have a boat to get in there now.
The two closest places are Hell Creek, which is quite a ways away, and Devil's Creek. And I don't know if you've ever been down in there, but it's pretty nasty road getting in and out of there. I mean, you need dry conditions. It's a little closer, but there's also a BLM access point farther to the east. But again, that country's so big. That's almost like 6 or 7 miles from where this previous access point was. So,
hey, Brett,
that's a lot of country to cover.
It's downrigger now. Did you say that he was sick and tired of having to pull people out that were getting stuck on his land? And when you talked to him, did he say how many times that's happened?
No, he didn't say that, but boy, that country, any place in eastern Montana with gumbo doesn't even have to be steep for you to get stuck. But that's some steep country when you get back in there a little ways, and there's those big holes, that form in the countryside that could just swallow a truck. But no, he did not say how many people, but that there's always a few of those guys that want to go where they probably shouldn't be and end up getting stuck.
Mm-hmm. Mr. French, good job, and we'll keep. I'm sure you'll keep an eye on that. We appreciate the information, and have yourself a great week. Hopefully, you'll survive the weather this weekend.
Thanks, Captain. You guys have a great week too.
All right, Brett French, the outdoor editor of the Billings Gazette. We got Captain Matt from Fish On the phone. Good morning, Captain Matt.
Good morning, guys. I'm a gumbo lover. I love gumbo.
I don't think he's talking about that kind of gumbo.
That kind of gumbo.
I actually killed my biggest bull elk in Sutherland Creek on Fort Peck because the gumbo was so bad he couldn't run. Oh. And I got ahead of him with my bow. Yeah, I shot a big 6x7. 26, 27 years ago over there. Yeah. I love gumbo.
Gumbo on.
Yeah.
Gumbo on. Fish on, guys.
Yeah.
It's been, with these storms come in, the fish really turned on this week before the storm hit, and I'll tell you what, it was unbelievable. We got the mud line is pretty much gone, so we're fishing the whole delta, lakeside, all the way to Big Fork. So the whole north end's been really good. I know yesterday we did really good. Once the rain hit, though, it kind of slowed down, and then the wind picked up. Cameron's out there right now. I have today off, so I am celebrating a whole week of hard fishing and going to do a little maintenance around the house, and we're back at it again tomorrow. We have 2 days open for next week, so anybody wants to get out there, give us a call, 844-FISH. Other than that, we've been fishing topwater, mid, the bottom, pulling flatfish on the bottom. We're pulling spoons and plugs up on top. It's been great fishing. We've been fishing anywhere from 40 to out to 100 foot of water. Yeah, it's been a great week. I mean, beautiful, 60s, 70s. I think we hit 80s twice this week. Now we're fall weather right now, but yeah, we're going to be back up to 70 degrees by Monday. So, guys, give us a call. We're rocking and rolling. The fishing's great. We're probably going to have a little bit more mud after all this rain and more debris coming out, so be careful out there.
You know,
right,
Matt,
go ahead, Rigger.
When a guy has a day off, you know, one of the things that I like to do on a day off is record a podcast.
Rigger?
That was a heavy sigh.
If we did a podcast today, you're going to hear my lawnmower. You're going to hear my weed whacker in the background.
Okay.
Make some gumbo, you'll hear some gumbo slopping around.
All right.
Yeah,
I'll do what I can, buddy.
It's always nice to have Rigger use his radio show to make his appointments for podcasts.
Yeah. He gets it.
That's what cell phones are for. It's 7:42.
And time to take another Montana-Missouri River Country adventure with the captain.
Come on, let's go again.
Across the wide Missouri.
It's time to go fishing. Cast your worries aside and reel in unforgettable action on northeast Montana's lakes and rivers. With more miles of shoreline than California coast and 50 species of fish, the iconic Fort Peck Lake is an angler's treasure paradise. And with the Missouri and Yellowstone River crisscrossing the region, there are opportunities for fishing abound. Those considering fishing in Missouri River country should think big. Defined by sandstone formations, fields of grain, and fertile river bottoms. This is a place where shorelines go on for more than 1,000 miles and fish grow to more than 100 pounds. This is a land where men built a dam across the mighty Missouri River and created the largest body of water in Montana. That's right. This is the land of Fort Peck Reservoir with walleye, northern pike, smallmouth bass, lake trout, Chinook salmon, paddlefish, sturgeon, pallid sturgeon, and yellow perch, all waiting for you to hook a big one. Remember, there's more room to roam in Missouri River country, and there's more room to fish. Plus, there's a hotel room or campground nearby.
And for more information on your next Montana-Missouri River country adventure, log on to MissouriRiverMT.com. All righty, well, when we return, we're going to hook up, if you will, with Dennis, the unofficial mayor at Tiber Reservoir. We'll talk more about those amazing weights that were turned in at their tournament last weekend when the Montana Outdoor Radio Show continues.
Attention anglers, when it comes to fishing, only one name stands above the rest: Warrior Boats. Built by fishermen for fishermen, Warrior Boats deliver unmatched stability, performance, and reliability in any waters. From tournament days to quiet mornings, Warrior Boats are designed to help you conquer the water with ease. Built tough and built right. Built for warriors like you. Find your ultimate fishing machine today at warriorboatsinc.com. Warrior Boats. Go farther, fish longer, and own the Montana waters.
Did you know that Tiorama offers more than just tire services? Our expert technicians take care of other vehicle needs like belts and hoses, brakes, check engine diagnostics, oil changes, wheel alignments, and more. It's all about our dedication to keep our customers' vehicles running smoothly so they can travel with peace of mind. When it comes to your vehicle needs, Tiorama's got you covered. Find your neighborhood Tiorama and see a list of services at Tiorama.com. Tiorama, more than just a tire store.
You can't beat camping and fishing in Montana as you sit by a campfire after a great day of fishing. Know what the fish bite on and get the gear for camping that works for you from a Montana Outdoor-approved sporting goods store. They always give you the best products, service, and advice. In Helena, shop Capital Sports. In Lewistown, shop the Sports Center. And in Miles City, shop Red Rock Sporting Goods. They all have local knowledge and are Montana Outdoor approved for hunting and fishing.
When it comes to farming, ranching, or even fishing and hunting, you need a truck you can rely on. Even more, you need a buying experience that's hassle-free. Look no further than Missoula Chevrolet. Locally owned and operated right here in Missoula, Montana. They offer one low price, plain and simple, always. With over 350 vehicles, including the tried and true Silverado light-duty and heavy-duty trucks, they are proud to be the Captain's Truck Center.
That's so true. I depend on the experts at Missoula Chevrolet to find me the perfect Chevy Silverado to get me where the fish are biting and the game can be hunted. I travel the entire state, and my 3/4-ton Silverado makes it easy to tow my fifth wheel and boat at the same time. And you can't beat the comfort of the interior. It's simple. I trust the non-commissioned experts at Missoula Chevrolet for all my truck needs.
Find out for yourself exactly what the captain is talking about. Find your next Chevy truck at Missoula Chevrolet. Together, let's drive at MissoulaChevrolet.com.
Repeat the beat, the boat, the bang. The sound so swiddling, the suits again. Repeat the boat, the boat, the boat. The suits so subtly, the boat, the boat. Keep up settling, hold today. Keep up settling, the suit to say. Oh, so silly, the boat, the boat. Oh, so silly, the shout, so. Hodl, daddle, day, hodl, daddle, day, hodl, daddle, day, hodl, daddle.
Thanks for joining us this morning on the Montana Outdoor Radio Show. Once again, here's the captain and his crew.
In Miles City, be sure to shop Red Rock Sporting Goods. They're Montana Outdoor approved for hunting and fishing. Captain.
All right, thank you, Director. In light of our special Tiber Reservoir edition, because of the big weights that were caught last weekend, we have the official and unofficial mayor of Tiber Reservoir on the phone, Dennis Hansen. Good morning, Dennis.
Same to you, Captain Morgan. I mean, Ward.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to talk to you again, Dennis. Dennis, first of all, you fish Tiber a lot. Did the weights surprise you on this tournament? Did you know there was that many big walleyes in Tiber?
But did you know, I think they were there and people didn't know how, but the 2 weeks going up to that, there was being a few caught, mostly up Willow Creek. And I thought the winning weight might be 60 or 70 pounds because I thought them 20 inches were going to be the kickers, but some things changed as water level and the winds out of the east were howling for like a month, and there turned out to be a spot tail hatch up there and the skiffs were jumping. It was a Thanksgiving Day that weekend.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dennis, one of the things, last year's tournament winners caught like 80-some pounds, and I thought that was pretty high for Tiber, and, of course, this year kind of blew them out. One of the things that Brian Olson brought to my attention during the show this morning as he texted me was that, do you remember when FWP discovered zebra quagga mussel larvae in Tiber Reservoir back in the fall of 2016? They also did the same thing, I think, in Canyon Ferry, and the boats had to be specially certified to fish Tiber Reservoir. And do you think maybe that caused less pressure because of the hassle to go through to get into the lake, to get certified, to get your boat certified?
I don't, everything's a personal opinion, but I don't think that had much to do with it. We just, with the Cisco, and we got some good spawns, and those 24 inchers got into the Cisco. Our Cisco hatch has been good for probably 15, 20 years, and I think they just finally got into that age where they can eat some fish.
Yeah, once those Cisco take hold, that's a whole new ball game.
Yeah, but that was in 1997. Why wouldn't they? At one time, did you want FWP to plant more walleye in Tiber Reservoir, Dennis?
Yeah, we had some meetings, and it off and on, and depend on the biologist. And they just say that this lake is self-sustaining. And I talked with Katie, and I said, why does Fort Peck get 7 million? And she says, it's a little different lake. They don't spawn down there. Well, that's a matter of, you could hash that over for a while. But I don't know, with the pressure we're going to be getting, and I don't think they're ever going to hurt the big fish, all the people, if they do. But I think there are going to be some good eaters be caught, and I hope they start stocking this place. It's my opinion anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, how deep were the walleyes that they were catching? Were they suspended? Because I've heard that sometimes these walleyes with the live scope, they'll be able to see them if they're suspended and catch them. Were they suspended, or how deep were they?
These fish here were 18 to 24. And they were way up the lake. Like I say, that all that bait was up there, and it was a timing, and they don't suspend. If they suspend up here, it might be 4 or 5. Not to say they don't go way up, but if you can get them off the bottom and see them, they're normally on the bite. But a lot of these were sitting tight, and these guys could sit over them and put a jig in a crawler. If they just figured it out until they finally figured something that they wanted to bite. These are really good fishermen. They're
So,
you got a question for Dennis?
Yeah. Good to hear from you. Long time no talk to, Mr. Mayor. Yeah. So
same to you, City Council.
Yeah. So anyway, do you feel? Some people are saying, well, it's all this live scope. It's that's the only reason they caught all those. How big of a factor do you think that was in the success of this tournament?
This is a topic. You could split hairs and go back and forth and piss off your fishing buddy or your relative.
Yeah.
But, I should, as old as I am now, I should be more concerned about it. I'm really not concerned because these guys are throwing 4,000 to 5,000 times a weekend pre-fishing. And to me, the only thing, and I've got live scope, to me it eliminates the water that you were probably throwing at that they weren't there. But, if you're going to do the live scope thing, eliminate silencers, long-range guns, depth finders. It's the world we live in. This is my opinion anyway.
I hear you. I agree.
Yeah, it's here to stay. And
Dennis,
if you don't,
we got to go. We appreciate your information. Don't be a stranger. And you'll be elected mayor the next time, I'm sure, the most famous reservoir in the state of Montana, Tiber Reservoir. Thanks, Dennis.
No, I got to put in a quick thing for
a fantastic breakfast, lunch, or dinner, a great beer or cocktail, and terrific atmosphere. Find yourself in paradise. Paradise Falls starts serving at 7 a.m. every day, featuring traditional breakfast favorites and Paradise Falls specialty items. For lunch and dinner, there's a huge menu of burgers, sandwiches, steaks, pizzas, salads, pasta dishes, appetizers, and more. And of course, a full bar and all those TVs. Whether you want to sit inside or out on the beautiful, spacious deck, make it family-friendly. Paradise Falls, 3621 Brooks, Missoula.
The only real estate agent I trust right here in Missoula and the surrounding areas is Jason Baker with the Jason Baker team at Rise Realty. Now, thanks for joining me today. What options are there if I wanted to buy my next home before I sell my current home? How do you help with that?
Sean, we have special lending programs with an in-house lender, buy before you fly programs, bridge loans, and we can structure any offer that comes in to accommodate you to move out after you find your next home.
So what's the biggest challenge that sellers face when they're getting a divorce? How do you help them with that?
Sean, we're seeing this more and more, unfortunately. First, I pray for them. And second, we can help parties understand the process and their home values. There's always someone trying to stay in the home and someone trying to sell. Our job is to maximize profit for those looking to sell.
All right, thanks for keeping us up to date. Call Jason at 552-4443. Online, jasonbakerteam.com.
In a world full of impressions, clicks, and empty promises, your trades business needs more than marketing. At Ignite Home Services, we fuel the trades.
If you're grinding every day but stuck on a plateau, Ignite Home Services is your secret lead generation weapon.
We're not just a marketing company. We are the lead generation experts for the trades. HVAC, plumbing, roofing, you name it. We run hundreds of campaigns built to deliver real, measurable growth.
We don't chase clicks, we chase results. Powered by Pipeline Pro, our AI-backed lead tracking system.
Preferred media partners with Service Titan, Roofle, Chirp, and yes, we partner with Google.
We're tech-driven, human-led, ROI obsessed.
So if your residential business is ready to break through the noise, visit igniteinhome.com. That's igniteinhome.com. And let's fuel the trades.
Good morning, everybody. This is the Captain. Before we wrap up the Montana Outdoor Radio Show, I want to invite you to join us every Friday morning from our local fishing program, Catching the Big Ones, live on the banks of Brooks at Paradise Falls. We'll help you get ready for a weekend of fishing with area reports and advice and try to make you a winner with our weekly trivia. Catching the Big Ones every Friday morning, 8 to 9, live from Paradise Falls on News Talk, KGVO AM 1290 and FM 98.3.
An upheaval of nature tears loose a creature out of the nightmare of time. Spawned by an earthquake on the bed of the ocean, a reptilian, earth-shaking beast of the sea. The monster that challenged the world.
It's the Captain on the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
A couple of things I want to point out. I talked to Chuck from Warrior Boats yesterday. Back in Minnesota, supposedly there is a walleye tournament that banned live scope, and they have a waiting list for entries. So I'm going to find out more about that and report hopefully next week on the Montana Outdoor Radio Show. And Don Wilkins sent me a picture. They caught a walleye, a 30-inch walleye, in 100 feet of water in 60 feet. It was suspended as they were fishing for lake trout yesterday here at Fort Peck Reservoir. Rigger, anything you want to add?
I think, banning live scope is fine if you want to do like a circuit of tournaments that are, all on natural, no live scope. I think that, nothing wrong with that. Also, Dennis Anderson was trying to tell us that he would like to nominate Sean Norick as a write-in mayor so he could take a break as mayor.
You mean Dennis Hansen, not Anderson. That's the owner of Kerr Radio.
Did I say Anderson?
You did, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to say Hansen. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. That's the only mistake you've made in the last 27 years.
I don't know about that.
I didn't mean to point it out publicly.
That's okay.
All right, have yourself a good week, everybody. Get the snowblower out if you're up by Glacier Park and maybe Yellowstone. But then put it away right away on Monday. Bye-bye, everybody.
For a
over 25 years, Belgard has paved the way in the hardscapes industry, providing customers with the tools that enable them to bring